Hey everyone, it's Paul with Freedom Gorilla, and I'm here to talk to you about Holosun's 2024 Pistol Optic Lineup. So if you have an optics ready pistol, or you're looking for a Holosun Pistol Red Dot and you're not sure which one to get, or you're just totally confused on which ones fit which pistols and size differences, well, in this video, we're gonna cover all that, so you're gonna be crystal clear and know exactly which one you should get. As a quick reminder, I just wanna let you know that we do have all these optics on our website at the best price with free shipping. And also in the link below, we have a couple helpful resources that we really think will help you out a lot. And they are the Holosun Pistol Optic Cheat Sheet, the Holosun Pistol Optic Fitment Guide, and then the Holosun Pistol Optic product reviews and comparisons. They're in the link below. What all these guides do, they give you pictures, videos, photos, tables, so you know exactly the difference between each Holosun pistol optic, the footprint, the size, what type of gun it's for, all that good stuff. It's all in the link below, and we are going to cover it in this video. Not sure if you've seen it, but we did have a 2023 video, and in that one we covered each series. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to cover each optic by its footprint, because that's a more accurate way to figure out if this optic will fit on your gun. So we're gonna get started, and to start, the first thing I wanna mention is I wanna let you know what Holosun came out with in 2024 as it relates to their pistol optics. So far in 2024, Holosun has released the SCS Carry, which is a K-series footprint. That footprint will fit on something like a SIG P365. It will fit on a Glock 43X or Springfield Hellcat with an adapter plate. It does come with an RMSC adapter plate, but this is a solar charging enclosed emitter optic, and it's really cool. If you're familiar with the SCS 320, it's like a miniaturized version of that. The other thing Holosun's gonna release this year for pistol optics is the SCS P10. That's gonna be a solar charging sight that's directly made to fit the CZ P10 with no adapter plates, as long as you have the optics ready model pistol. Holosun is gonna do a Ronin series, which is a limited production run. It's going to be offered in a couple of their most popular optics. Essentially, the housing is going to be totally blacked out. It's going to have a dragon at the top for the year of the dragon, which is our year 2024. I'm the year of the dragon too. And last but not least, for 2024, Holosun has debuted a prototype for a thermal and night vision pistol optic. It was debuted at SHOT Show 2024. We saw it at the time. It did not work, unfortunately. It is still a demo. You can find other videos out there. That'll probably be released in 2025 or 2026, but they debuted it this year. Okay, so let's talk about some footprints really quick, just so you know. If you have an optics ready pistol, that's one of the only ways you're going to be able to fit any of these optics on your slide. Now, there are other options. You can get your slide milled, and you can get dovetail adapter plates, which we do sell on our website, but I'm going to assume that you have an optics ready pistol. You really need to know what footprint your optics ready pistol has or which adapter plates you have. We also have an adapter plate finder in the link below in the description and on our website to help you find adapter plates for certain pistols. However, you need to know your footprint. The two most common footprints out there right now are going to be RMSC footprints and RMR footprints. RMSC footprints are mainly found on the smaller guns like a Springfield Hellcat or a SIG P365. The RMR footprints are found on a larger gun like a Glock 17 or even a compact like a Glock 19. Now, Holosun has a few different footprints, but their most popular one is the K series. The K series is almost like an RMSC footprint, except if you have an RMSC footprint, you will need an adapter plate. So the K series has 2 recoil lugs in the front instead of 4 like the RMSC footprint. It kind of throws a wrench in things, but it is what it is. Now, the RMR footprint, that's pretty standard. A lot of Glocks and a lot of other pistols have an RMR footprint or adapter plate you can use. Holosun makes a lot of RMR footprint optics, so that's fantastic. Holosun does make a Delta Point Pro footprint optic, and that is actually perfect for the SIG P320. The Delta Point Pro footprint optic is very common. It's also known as the SIG Romeo 1 Pro footprint. And then Holosun does a couple other things. They have an RMR footprint, but it's with an adapter plate. They have a K series that'll fit on an RMSC with their adapter plate. And then they have some optics that are specifically made for certain guns like the HK VP9, Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0, the Glock MOS, and the Walther PDP, PDP Compact, and PDP F-Type, as long as it has the PDP 2.0 cut, which all the newer ones do. One thing that you need to know, just to make this video quick, most Holosun optics all feature the same bells and whistles and features. So most have shake awake, most have 7075 T6 aluminum housings, most have IP67 or IPX8 waterproof ratings, which is the best waterproof rating there is. Most of them have daylight settings and night vision settings. Actually, all of them do. Most of them have manual brightness, auto brightness, and the solar failsafe. There is a series that has a solar recharging battery, which basically has an internal battery that you can't remove. It gets recharged by the sun, and it's basically meant to last forever. You're never gonna have to touch it. And that's just one of their latest technologies they've come out with. And another thing I do want to mention, most come in red or green reticles, and the reticles that Holosun offers are a 6 MOA dot, a 2 MOA dot, the MRS reticle, which lets you toggle between a 2 MOA dot, 32 MOA circle, or both at the same time. One of their newest ones is the complete reticle system, the CRS. That's found on the 507 comp. That is 7 reticles in one. You can toggle between the outer ring and the center dot and even an inner ring. And then the other reticles that are out there are the 10 MOA Chevron ACSS Vulcan, which is a really cool reticle, and a 3 MOA ACSS Vulcan, which is also a really cool reticle. If you're not familiar with the ACSS Vulcan reticles, there's a link below in the description to learn more. Basically, it's like an aim assist. There's a large outer ring. It helps you find the dot when you're going to shoot the pistol for the first time. Or if you're in weird angles, trying to adjust your aim to find that dot, the aim assist on the ACSS Vulcan is super helpful. So with that out of the way, we're gonna cover the K-Series optics, the RMR Footprint Optics, the DPP Footprint Optics, and then the pistol-specific footprint optics, and we're gonna get into that right now. Let's cover the K-Series footprint optics. As I mentioned, the K-Series is a little different than the RMSC footprint. Sometimes it's called a modified RMSC footprint. Use our adapter plate finder, use our fitment guides to see if you need an adapter plate. I'll tell you right now, to fit these optics on your SIG P365, they'll all fit directly with no problem. If you have a Glock 43X, Springfield Hellcat, or Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, you will need an adapter plate aside for the EPS Carry optics that we're gonna cover here, but you may need screws. So check with us before you do it. We'll make sure you have everything you need, and check those fitment guides. They explain everything. All right, so the first optic is gonna be the 407K. This is the most basic K-Series micro pistol optic that Holosun makes. This optic does not have a solar failsafe, but it has everything else. It features a 6 MOA dot, and it is available in red or green. 6 MOA is awesome for close range. Once you get out to like maybe 30 to 50 yards, it's a little big, but it's still very good to pick up with your eye and to get on target. The next optic is the 507K. The 507K is exactly like the 407K, except it is a little bit more money, and the only difference is that it features the MRS reticle, which is the 32 MOA outer ring and the 2 MOA dot. Doesn't have a solar panel, but it is made out of the heavy-duty 7075 T6 aluminum like the rest, and it is very good and a best seller of ours as well. Next in line is the 507K ACSS Vulcan. Now this one is the most pricey out of these ones that we covered so far, but it does feature the ACSS Vulcan reticle, which is at 3 MOA center dot and a 230 MOA outer ring. If you're new to red dot shooting, or if you just want that extra peace of mind, the ACSS Vulcan reticle is awesome. It really does add practical value, and it helps you find the dot, which is one of the trickiest things when you get into red dot shooting. The next optic with the K-Series footprint is the EPS Carry. This is one of the best-selling enclosed emitter optics on the market. Enclosed emitter optics have a hood over the laser emitter, which protects any debris, dust, snow, rain from getting in between the emitter and the lens, giving you that extra security and reliability you need in harsh conditions. The EPS Carry comes in a 2 MOA dot, 6 MOA dot, or the MRS reticle. If you get the MRS reticle version, it does have a solar panel and a solar failsafe, which will give you an additional auto brightness mode. It's pretty cool. The EPS Carry also comes with an RMSC adapter plate. So if you have a Hellcat or a Glock 43X and you were looking at one of these optics, this will come with a plate. So it will save you a couple bucks because you won't need to buy an adapter plate. So total everything up together to see what it'll come to, this one might be the choice for you. And if you do have a Glock 43 or you do have a Springfield Hellcat, you will actually need shorter screws. We sell them. Reach out to us. We'll make sure you're hooked up. The next one, and one of the 2024 releases with the K-Series footprint, is the SCS Carry. The SCS Carry is very similar to the EPS Carry. They almost look identical. It's an enclosed emitter, The only difference is it has the solar charging technology that Holosun is coming out with more and more. This has a solar panel on it. It has an internally rechargeable battery. The battery, even if it saw no sunlight, would last for 20,000 hours. However, it's constantly recharging by natural and artificial light, and the reticle consumes power less than how fast it charges. So it's constantly just charging up and working. The SCS Carry is really cool if you just want something that's a set and forget. The only thing that you should know is it has auto brightness mode only. It does have advanced sensors, but if you don't really like that internal battery and you want a manual brightness, check out the EPS Carry. Okay, so next we're gonna get into the RMR Footprint Optics. These, for the most part, are pretty straightforward. They fit on any RMR adapter plate, and there's only a couple tricky things, but we'll get to that. So these are larger optics than the K-series optics. They have larger windows, larger housings. They're gonna have a bit more overhang, and they're actually made for full-size pistols and compact pistols. So by compact pistols, I mean like a Glock 19, a double stack. That's really just a slightly smaller version of a full size. By full size, I mean something like a Glock 17, which is just your normal full-size pistol. So the first one in the RMR lineup is the 407C. The 407C has a solar panel, solar failsafe, manual and auto brightness modes, and it has a 2 MOA dot only. It's available in red and green. It's one of the most direct competitors to a Trijicon Type 2 LED, and it's way cheaper. 7075 T6 aluminum housing, really solid optic. If you like that 2 MOA dot only, get this one. It's super affordable. You can't go wrong. Next in line is the 407A3. This is actually an optic that Palmetto State Armory has, and what it is basically a 407 with a 3 MOA dot and with no solar panel. It's actually the cheapest one you can get, but you don't get that solar failsafe and you don't get that auto brightness setting. If that's for you, then go for it. It's the cheapest one. Next in line is going to be the Holosun 507C. Now, this is exactly like the 407C, except it has the MRS reticle. So it is more expensive, but it has that 32 MOA ring with the 2 MOA dot. Everything is exactly the same as the 407C otherwise, and it's available in red or green. Next on the list is the 507C ACSS Vulcan. This has a 10 MOA chevron, and then it has a 250 MOA outer ring. As we mentioned, the ACSS Vulcan reticle really does help you find the dot, and it is really helpful and practical. So if you want that extra reliability and peace of mind with finding the dot, the ACSS Vulcan may be right for you. The 10 MOA chevron is super cool, and it actually acts like a rangefinder. The top is where your 9mm bullet hits at when you zero it, and the bottom is where you would hit at, I believe, 100 yards. Now, the only thing to know about this ACSS Vulcan, battery life is a little less than, like, let's say a 507C, but if that doesn't bother you, it's a really cool optic. And some people even say that it helps with astigmatism a little bit, because they say that fineness of that chevron is better for their eye to pick up than, let's say, a dot, which has all this starbursty stuff. Next on the list is the 507 Comp. This is one of the hottest optics that Holosun has come out with for pistols. It has a huge window. It's by far the biggest window on the market. It is made for competition shooting. It does not have a solar panel, which means it has manual brightness modes only, but it does have the CRS reticle, which gives you 7 reticles in one. So you can toggle it, taking out the outer ring, making it smaller, turning it off, having the center dot be small or big. There's really a lot of configurations. It's an awesome optic. The large window does help you see the dot, especially for follow-up shots. The dot doesn't go off the screen. Some people do carry it, but it is not by any means a duty optic or anything like that. It's made for competition, but if you want something with the biggest window, that one is it, and it is fun to shoot, let me tell you. All right, so next on the list for the RMR Footprint Optics is the 508T. 508T is very similar to the 507C in the fact that it has a MRS reticle. However, it's made out of grade 5 titanium, and that's to make it built like a tank. So this thing is the most duty-rated pistol optic Holosun makes in an open emitter and the RMR Footprint. It's got that heavy-duty titanium, and it has a square shape. So the window is a little bit more rectangular, but that square shape's also meant to make it durable. So if you're looking for something super durable, this is the one to get. It is an open emitter. If you want an enclosed emitter, you might want the 509T, which we're gonna cover next. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover some of these RMR Footprint Optics. However, these are RMR Footprint Optics with an adapter plate. The only thing you have to know with these adapter plates is the adapter plate that Holosun gives you is great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. However, if you have screw posts on your gun, if you have an RMR Footprint with screw posts, none of these will fit. And the other thing, if you start stacking plates, so like let's say you have a Glock 17 and then you have an RMR plate, and then you put one of these RMR plate optics on top of it, we call that a plate sandwich. Once you get into those situations, you're probably gonna run into some difficulty with either screw length and possibly reliability. So what we recommend is if you were to use any of these optics we're gonna cover here, I would double check your slide to make sure it doesn't have those screw posts. But then if you are gonna do the plate sandwich situation, we do recommend just getting an adapter plate dedicated to that optic. It's a lot more reliable. The optic's gonna sit lower and you're not gonna have any problems with screws or anything like that. So the one we're gonna cover is the 509T. This is a titanium optic. It has an enclosed emitter, which again helps you get all that mud, debris, snow away from the emitter. It's totally protected and enclosed. But the 509T is made out of grade 5 titanium. It's super durable. A lot of police officers use it. It's one of the most heavy duty enclosed emitter optics on the market, and it's pretty badass. The only downside to it, it does have a high deck height, which means you're gonna wanna do some research to make sure you can see your iron sights if that's something you wanna do. Usually what you need to do is you need to get a adapter plate and you need to get some tall co-witness sights that are either a optic height sight or a suppressor height sight. Next on the list is the 509 ACSS Vulcan. So this looks like the 509T, but it's actually a little bit longer and it's made out of aluminum 7075 T6, and it actually has a slightly different footprint. So the 509 ACSS does not fit on 509T mounts. Just remember that. There are dedicated adapter plates for the 509 ACSS. And now this is exactly what it sounds like. It's an enclosed emitter optic with a clamp style like the 509T, but it has the ACSS Vulcan reticle with the 10 MOA chevron. So if you want that ACSS Vulcan reticle in an enclosed emitter optic, this is the only option on the market that's currently available. The last RMR Footprint optic we're gonna cover is the Holosun EPS full size. Now this is a 7075 T6 aluminum enclosed emitter pistol optic. It technically has a K-series footprint, but won't fit on those smaller guns unless you get specific screws. And what's nice about this is if you don't need something super heavy duty like the 509T, the EPS full size is really nice. The window is just as big, but the nice thing is that the deck height is really low. So the deck height with the EPS full size with its RMR adapter plate is about the same deck height as, let's say, a 407C or even a Trijicon RMR. Now the EPS full size has a 2 MOA dot, a 6 MOA dot, or comes with the MRS reticle. This is a really nice enclosed emitter optic that is for full-size pistols. So we do recommend this one a lot, unless you really need that durability of the 509T. Then get that one. Also, just something to note, if you are putting any of these RMR Footprint Optics on a SIG P320, 226, or anything that SIG makes with the Romeo 1 Pro cut, you are going to need a filler plate adapter, or you're going to need an adapter plate. You don't want to put any of these directly on the slide and have it be held on just by screws, because those screws could shear off and you don't want that at all. The next footprint we're going to cover is the Delta Point Pro footprint, aka DPP, aka Romeo 1 Pro footprint. Now Holosun just came out with this optic. It's called the SCS 320. It will fit directly on your SIG P320 slide or SIG P226 slide. It's a really amazing optic. It uses the solar charging technology that Holosun has, which recharges the internally rechargeable battery and is constantly powered by light, both natural and artificial. And what's great about this optic is it is an enclosed emitter. So in my opinion, it's one of the most appealing closed emitter optics Holosun makes. Aesthetically, it looks amazing. It has a great footprint, and it will fit on any DPP mount or adapter plate. So if you do have a Glock 17 or a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0, good chance you have a Delta Point Pro adapter plate from the factory. This will fit right on it. But the SCS 320 is certainly one of my personal favorites, and I'm really glad Holosun came out with it. Now, you do need to remember, it doesn't have manual brightness, and the battery is not replaceable. So if that's a deal breaker for you, maybe look at some other options. But if you have a SIG P320 or SIG P226 with an optics cut, this is the easiest one to just put on there and get to work. We're getting close to the end of the list. And the last pistol optics that we're gonna cover are the pistol specific footprints that Holosun has. Now what I mean by that is a lot of manufacturers, like let's say Glock for example, they come out with the MOS cut. They proprietarily cut the slide and then they give you like 4 adapter plates. Now what Holosun has done is they said, you know what, we're going to make an optic that's just going to fit directly on that MOS slide. You're not gonna have to use any adapter plates. So the advantage of this is that you get an optic that sits really low, and then Holosun actually makes serrations on the optic so that it looks like it's made for the gun. It matches the gun perfectly. Now these SCS series optics and the ones made specifically for a pistol that you have, what's nice about them is they sit low, and your iron sights, you can use the low iron sights. So you don't need these tall suppressor height sights. You can use the low iron sights and still co-witness. Now all these pistol specific optics happen to be from the SCS series, which means they are the solar charging sight, okay? Now the windows on these are about the same size as a 407K or a 507K. So they are a little smaller, but they're made to be sleek. They're made to be concealable, and they're made to not have any overhang whatsoever. And they're made to co-witness your low iron sights. So for anybody who has reservations about the SCS series, I've used it myself. Certainly you're giving up the manual brightness and you are giving up the battery removal. But if you do trust the technology, it really is more convenient. You kind of just keep it on forever and you don't have to worry about it. And then if you're inside or outside, it does adjust brightness, and it will adjust brightness if you're in a dark room looking out in a bright light. It has downrange sensors. These are more advanced sensors. Really nothing to worry about it. Personally, I think in a couple of years, once more people get used to this, they're gonna just adopt it. Same when Apple comes out with headphones that don't have a wire. Everyone hates it at first, but then you realize it really is better, and then you end up with AirPods. Okay, so the first tailor-fitted sight that Holosun makes is the SCS MOS, and this is for any Glock double stack MOS model. So Glock 17 MOS, 19 MOS, basically any Glock MOS that has a double stack magazine. It does not fit the 43X or the 48, but this optic is pretty badass. It's sleek, it's small, it has the MRS reticle, and it's made out of grade 5 titanium. It's the only one in this series that is titanium. I don't know why. I think Holosun just wanted to overbuild it, but it's the same price as aluminum ones in the same category for other guns. So if you have a Glock MOS, this is a pretty badass optic for you. The next tailor-fitted optic from Holosun is the SCS MP2, and that is made for the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0, both the full size or the compact. The only thing you need is you need to make sure you have more of a modern one with the Core 2.0 footprint. If you have the Core 1.0 footprint, it won't fit, but it will fit every model. Sometimes people ask us if it'll fit the 10mm, and it does. We haven't run into any issues with the SCS MP2 not fitting on any of the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 model. But just like the previous MOS model, it's very similar. It's sleek, it's small, you can use your low witness iron sights, and it has the MRS reticle. However, this one's made out of 7075 T6 aluminum. Next one on the list is the SCS PDP, and that one is made for, you guessed it, the Walther PDP. So it will fit the PDP, PDP Compact, and the PDP F-Type. As long as you have the 2.0 PDP cut, this will fit on the gun with no problems. And again, lets you use those low witness iron sights. It has the MRS reticle. It's made out of 7075 T6 aluminum. If you're not sure if you have the PDP 1.0 or 2.0, go on our website. We can show you how to figure that out. We have pictures. But just so you know, all the F-types all have the PDP 2.0 cut. And if you have a more modern version, like a model that you picked up within the last year, it's most likely a 2.0 cut, so you have nothing to worry about. The other nice thing is this matches the serrations on the slide. It looks really slick. People that have them love them. Now, the other SCS model that we're going to cover is the SCS P10, and that is going to be the same exact thing. Low profile, sleek, and it's going to be made to fit the CZ P10 optics ready pistols. But that's going to be the same thing. 7075 T6 aluminum, solar charging, MRS reticle. And now I'm just going to throw this in because Holosun hasn't really confirmed it, but we have seen at SHOT Show an SCS model for the Beretta APX A1. I don't know if it's actually going to come out. I know it was definitely a prototype, and then I have heard them say they were going to make one for the IWI Masada. I don't know if they're going to, but those may be in the works, just for your own information. All right, guys, well, that's pretty much it. I really hope that you found this video helpful and informative. I hope I was able to clarify a lot of information for you. I really am glad that you took the time to watch this and educate yourself. It's an awesome thing. And if you're already a customer of ours, we really appreciate your business. And even if you're not, we'd love to get your business, love to serve you, love to help you. Now, the only thing I could really recommend to you is make sure the optic you buy will fit your pistol before you buy it. And like I said, use the links in the description below. We have plenty of resources to help you figure that out. And if you still aren't sure, just reach out to our support. We're super happy to help you. If you did enjoy this video, please give us a like, subscribe. We are trying to grow the channel. Any support you can give us is really helpful. And just a reminder, all these optics are available at the best price with free shipping on our website, freedomgorilla.com, and in the link below. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a fantastic day. And if you have any comments or you want to see anything else from us to help answer your questions, leave a comment below. We'll reply, and it'll give us ideas for more videos. So 2 thumbs up, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one. And if you'd still like to learn a little bit more, check out one of these videos.